This evening. I have an interesting setup lining up for us on the GBPUSD as we head into the new week. Well, looking at the scenario we have here on the daily time frame, the first thing I have observed here is that we have a bearish momentum drive which has been holding price action right below the bearish trend line I just identified here on the daily time frame. However, if we look closely into what structure has been given us since the beginning of the month, it appears that the bearish momentum that began in the month of April appears to be thinning out. As you can see, if I give you a visual representation of what I'm talking about, we saw this impulsive move to the downside. We broke that bearish trend line. Price continued to reject that trend line to push price to the downside. Then we have a demand zone at 1.19600 area, which held price action supported in the month of June before we saw that final breakout that happened during the early days of the month of July. However, I have observed that this bearish expansion appears to be reducing as time goes by. If you look at what the structure has been given in the last 4 days here, that is throughout last week trading session, the bearish momentum appears to be limiting as I begin to see weak rejection of the 1.7800 area in the last couple of days, which gives me a clue that there could be a possibility that price could either will go to the upside from this area to reject that, to retest that bearish trend line that was identified earlier on the daily time frame. Now, if we scale down to a much lower time frame, let's say the 1 hour time frame here, we have a structure that looks more like this. Since the later part of June, I have a bearish trend line after connecting the series of lower highs. I have a bearish trend line connecting the series here, leading into last week trading session. Now, going into the new week, how do we intend taking advantage of whatever momentum that is lining up for us? Is price going to be going to the downside from here? Will it reject this bearish trend line one more time to push price to the downside? Or are we going to be seeing a breakout of the structure to push price to the upside this week? Let's look at this together. Now, zooming in into what the structure has been given us since on the 5th of July, I have noticed an area at around 1.19200, which is going to be serving as my key level and also my yardstick as we head into the new week. And why is that so? If we look left, we can see that this level has at one point in time been a very significant level for either a resistance or a support area. Look at what happened here on the 5th of July. This area was a very strong support level, a strong support level around this area. The same thing around here. It was indeed a very strong level. Look at what happened here as well. It was a strong demand level. Not until we saw that breakdown on the 11th of July, after which this area became a supply zone. We added a supply zone here, and on the 13th of July, 14th of July, we saw this area being a very strong supply zone. So now that price has come down into 1.176 area, and it appears we are having a retracement move of that previous impulse leg, which is probably going to come into the bearish trend line to send price crashing to the downside from here. So you will agree with me that the key level at 1.19200 appears to be a very, very significant level, and also a level that has been a determinant of price action in the last couple of weeks. Now, going into the new week, there is a possibility, hold on a second, sorry. There is a possibility that price could come back to respect this bearish trend line, or probably come back into the key level at 1.912 area, do a reversal pattern around this area to send price crashing to the downside from here. And this is also in consideration of the long-term bearish momentum here. So it is very necessary that we don't ignore the possibility of a bearish momentum at this point in time. However, even though we are considering the bearish momentum, there is a possibility that price could break out of that structure during the new week, And one thing I want to be looking out for is this: if I am going to do a buy on the GBPUSD, the first thing I want to be looking out for is the breakout of that bearish trend line. That's the first one. And then a significant breakout of that key level to give me a signal that we might be going bullish in the next nearest future. I will not get too excited at the sight of the signal, as I want to wait for confirmations in the form of either a retest of this bearish trend line or probably around this area, after which I'll be looking for reversal patterns on lower time frame to join the rally to the upside. So this is the second scenario I'm looking out for. Like I said, I am looking forward to the first scenario is the possibility that price could probably do a rejection of this bearish trend line, or probably a rejection of the key level at 1.19200 area that would push price to the downside. That's the first scenario. And then the second scenario is a possible breakout of that structure, which also shares a confluence with a key level at 1.19200 area, a retest of the structure with a reversal pattern to push price to the upside. So these are my scenarios here on the GBP USD. I would like to pause the video at this point and let's see how price action is going to play out in the earlier hours of the new week, after which I will be sharing an update with you on Monday. If this video in any way has been of immense help in making your own individual decision during this week, kindly support this video by clicking on the like button. You can also follow me on my TradingView platform so that you don't miss out on the regular update I normally share in the comment section. Thank you for watching and do have a wonderful night trade. Bye bye.